In today's video, I have never played golf. Seriously, it's incredible. The time has come for the exterior of the Mini. The first I am going to do is to disassemble the front wiper arms. As you can see, apart from being very filthy, in this area here there is some rust. On both sides. This is even worse. So I am going to disassemble and restore them properly. Let's go! We start by removing the cap, which simply snaps on. Now you can see the nut that holds the wiper arm. After removing the nut, you need to remove the arm that's stuck in. I have seen some people using a kind of technique, pulling while hammering. Oh yes, it actually worked fine. Muy bien. Copy paste on the other side. Done. Let's remove the old wipers. El viejo. Take a look at this. This must be sanded properly and then treated with rust converter to avoid rust coming out again. Here the paint is gone. Yep, they need a bit of love. This is garbage. The same on this one. Oops, it's broken. And as you can see, here is also very rusty. I will have to sand it a lot. Before sanding, I am going to clean them very well. The old nut and washer are also rusty, so I am of course not reusing them. The new ones cost nothing, so I will replace them. I am taking care of these two plastic parts with this product here. That's it. The next step is sanding. The main goal here is to prepare the surface for the rust converter. This means to remove the most rust as possible. Let's go! I'm going to try this one, which has a grain 180. In this area first, I just want to sand the surface a bit so the rust converter can grip to it properly. The rust converter is also primer, so we should be able to paint on it. Then this area will need some more sanding time until the whole rust is gone. Let's see how this goes. This is already done. Here it is a bit more complicated. It is harder to get the sanding device into every corner. Let's get the rust out of here. In the inside there is already some surface rust, but it is really difficult to sand inside there, so this should do it. Let's start with the second one. Now with a cloth and isopropyl alcohol, I will remove the sanding dust from the parts and leave them really clean and prepared for the rust converter. The parts are now hanging into my beloved paint booth. I am using the same rust converter that I use for the brake calipers. Leave it dry for 5 to 10 minutes between coats. After applying the 3 coats, you have to let it dry for 5 to 10 hours before you can paint over it. Well, the parts have been drying inside here for a few hours now, I have checked the parts, and the finish is not as good as I expected. So I have just sanded a bit, and the surface is now smooth again, and I am going to apply a normal primer on top of them. This one, which works for metal parts. On top of this second primer, I will then paint with black spray. Here I am also going to give it 3 coats of primer. Regarding the primer instructions, the paint could be directly applied without any drying time, but I am leaving them dry for about 10 minutes to ensure that the paint will grip properly to both parts. Drying time is through, so I am applying now this black paint. I finally applied 4 coats of paint. After the paint, the clear coat has to be applied to protect the paint, but first I must leave the parts drying for at least 40 minutes. Clear coat done. I let them dry here overnight, and tomorrow I can put them back in the car. Good morning! The wiper arms are bone dry now after the whole night in the paint booth. They look pretty good to me. Here there is only a tiny bit of paint, but this area here where the whole rust was looks fantastic. Let's put now the wipers on. This is the reference of the Bosch Aero Twin that fits in this car. They both have the same length. They are the exact same wipers that were mounted before. This end comes here. Just pull until it gets fully in. That's it. Let's go to the car. I have also cleaned this area underneath the wiper arm. Normally, with the arm in place, it's difficult to reach, so it was the perfect moment for it. In order to put the wiper arm back in place, it's a good thing that the car is so filthy because I can see where the wiper was placed before. So, this comes here. New washer and also new nut. That's enough. The cap, which looks perfect, comes in place. And that's it. Perfect. Copy-paste on the other side. Better than new. If you remember the presentation video, and if not, I will tell you again, when I bought the Mini, it came with a set of wheels with winter tires that weren't the original Mini Cooper S ones. So I ended up buying a set of original wheels, which weren't in bad condition, but they had their issues. As you can see, they have a few dents, and the hubcaps have seen better days. We are going to try to fix all of this today. The first thing I'm going to do is take off the wheels, put on the winter ones to get the car out of the way and have them to work, and then we will get to work. To prepare the rims for the paint, they have to be very clean, with almost no dirt at all. So, let's get to it. After a lot of rubbing, steamer, tons of this product, and scratching, this is the best I could get them. They are not perfect, but I hope that after sanding them, I will be able to get a good surface where the paint can grip correctly. I must move on and clean the front side of these wheels and the complete 2 other wheels. There you have the 4 wheels already clean. They are not perfectly clean, on the back side I couldn't be able to remove the whole black dust, which I think it's somehow embedded into the paint. But well, I just wanted the front side to be perfectly clean, which it is. So I am going to paint them in silver. Maybe I don't need to paint the back of them. Let's see. I am showing you the kit I have bought. This one from Foliatech. It comes with instructions, of course, a sanding block, in order to sand them well and prepare the surface, 3 cans of spray paint, oops, the sanding block is gone, a cloth, and there are also a few cards to put all around the rim and protect the tires from the paint. So, let's start sanding, and I show you the whole process. The first step is to sand the whole surface. There is a big dent here, which I am going to sand as much as I can. Then I will apply a 2K putty to try to restore this area, and after painting, the dent should disappear. The sanding block is working properly, but in this case, with this kind of design where there are so much curves, the sanding block cannot reach all the corners. So I am also going to use some sanding sponges that I have at home. You have to take this into account if you are doing the same as I am, and your rims are also quite curvy. The sanding block is not enough and you will need to buy some sanding sponges. They are really flexible, so you can get them into any corner and sand every surface on the rim. Time to blow the dust. After sanding the 4 wheels, I am going to clean by now only the edges with isopropyl alcohol, because first I am going to apply the 2K putty on the edges. I bought this one, which is recommended for metal parts such as the body panels or rims. Let's mix both components here on the cap. In the instruction says you have to apply a golf ball size of this first component and then a pea size of this second one. I have never played golf. I don't know how big a golf ball is. Something like this maybe. Peas, I did eat them many times, so this should be easy. That should do it. Now it must be mixed very well. Okay, in about 3-4 minutes it will start to harden, and in 20 minutes it will be rock hard, and then can be sanded. So, I am not saying to rush, but let's do this quickly. Let's leave it dry and then sanding time. For me, it's difficult to give here the right shape. The dent will not disappear here completely, but it will look like much better than it did. This one is ready for painting. Let's clean the whole surface with isopropyl alcohol, first with a cloth, and shortly before painting with some wipes that come in the Foliatec kit. I also have to cover all the areas where I don't want the paint to get inside, like the holes for the bolts, and the wheel hub hole, so on. These are the cards that come into the kit to protect the tires from the paint. There are not enough for covering 2 wheels, so I will paint them one by one. This is one of the cleaning wipes. There are 4 of them, 1 per each rim. They are basically wipes with isopropyl alcohol, which should leave the surface ready for painting. This is the spray paint of the kit. There are 3 cans of it, which should be enough for painting a set of 4 wheels until 18 inches size. In my case, should be more than enough. First thing to do is to shake the can for 3 minutes, like any other spray paint. Then you need to remove this red cap from the can cap and push it in down here. This is a 2K spray paint, which means that by pressing down here with the red cap, the second component will be released and mixed with the first component. The can has to be then shaken again for 3 minutes, and then it's ready to paint. So, let's do this. Drying time between coats is about 5 to 10 minutes. I finally gave 3 coats of paint. So, this one is done. Now it must dry for 24 hours. In instructions, it is recommended that after the first 24 hours the wheels can be mounted in the car, but until 1 week after the painting, you need to try to avoid too much dust on the wheels. So in my case, as I don't need to use the car daily, I will leave them dry for a week. Tomorrow, after the first 24 hours, I will put the wheel caps on, and the next week I will mount them on the car. The result is amazing. I have to wait 24 hours to put the wheel caps on, but wow, it already looks astonishing. They look really good. This is a matter of the paint, and not the painter, I must admit. They look fantastic. Now the new wheel caps can be mounted.
Magnífico.
If you remember the presentation video, I polished the headlights and they turned out really good. Much better than before, of course. Now, after 1.5 years, they are starting to look yellowish again. Not as bad as when I bought the car, but worse than a year ago. The reason for that is that I should have applied the sealant every 3 months, which I didn't do. So it's my fault. I have here a headlight polishing kit for the drill, and I am going to sand, polish and seal them like I did the last year. Now they look much better, do they? Basically, I have done the same that I did on the presentation video. You can have a look at it here on the link. The only difference is that I have used this polishing kit for the drill. You can buy it on Amazon or AliExpress. In this case, I have used the following sanding papers in this order: 2000, 5000 and 10,000. I have cleaned pretty well the surface between the different sanding steps. The kit comes also with these polishing sponges. After sanding, I have polished, first with the orange one, then the yellow, and finally with the green one. And then, to remove the polisher, I have used this smooth pad. The polisher I have used is the one I already used last year. I guess you can find a polisher and a sealant online in Amazon or AliExpress, or in any hardware store. I am pretty happy with the result. I have cleaned the rear windshield as I am planning to polish it and try to remove these scratches you can see here. For this I will use a cerium oxide polishing kit. There you have it. It looks like some kind of drag, but it isn't, I swear. The kit comes also with this pad for the drill. Basically, you have to pour some powder on the pad, wet the surface you want to polish, and then polish it as if you were wet sanding the surface. Then you have to remove the rests with a cloth, and it should do it. Probably I will have to do this a few times, as the scratches are very deep. So let's see how this works. I cannot tell if there is any difference. After polishing the whole glass twice, I cannot see any difference. It looks like it is shinier than before maybe. Normally polishing makes the surfaces to shine brighter, yes. But the scratches, I don't know if you can hear it. Let me get the camera closer so you can hear it. Here you can see them really well. It's brutal. I don't know what happened here. I think with the cerium oxide, I am not getting any better than this. If you know any other process or product which could help here, please let me know, and I will try it. The scratches are so deep that even after 200 times polishing with cerium oxide, I am sure that the scratches would be there. So let's move on with the stereo cleaning. But first, I am going to put the new rear wiper on. The old one was mounted like this, and it comes out by pulling, like in many other cars. And the new one comes in the same way, pressing it in. That's it. Ahora sí. Time to clean the car finally. Have a look how filthy it is in the back after polishing with the cerium oxide. On the front is also very dirty, due to the headlights polishing, and also after being so long parked into the shed, it is really dusty. This is filthy. So now I am removing the wheels so I can clean the wheel arches properly, and then will be time for the body. now the front left wheel arch. With a pressure washer, I will remove all the dirt I can. Then I will spray some degreaser, brush and rinse. And finally I will spray soap, brush and a final rinse. Yeah, shiny shiny. Let's move on to the next wheel. Once they are dry, you can see that they don't look black anymore. So I am going to use some plastic care to try to give it its original black back. It looks better now. Before storing the winter wheels, I am giving them a quick wash. They are really filthy here on the front, but on the back, oh my lord. Also here. As I said, this was a quick wash. I don't want to spend that much time as the other day because these wheels will be barely used and it's not worth it. I am using my beloved device. And finally, the moment I have been waiting for. Put the restored wheels back. Let's remove these old license plate holders. And then I will put mines. No, and now it's finally time to clean it. time for the quick detailer. Now the car is clean, quick detailer has been applied, glasses are also clean. It's time now to improve the look of these trims. For that, I am going to use this product from Yeon. I have used it in the interior and the results were pretty good. Let's see how it works with these parts, which look, of course, worse than the interior ones, due to the gears, the sun, and so on. I am looking forward to seeing how it works. It looks spectacular. Let's see if it remains like this after drying. Let's go on. This product is amazing. I am showing you how does the product work on the interior side of the rear view mirror, because on the other side it's amazing how it turned out. It is astonishing. I am fascinated with this product. I am being completely honest with you. Yeon is not paying this, could be good though. Seriously, it is incredible. I have also taken care of the plastics in the engine area. Time to put my personalized license plate holders.
Maraviglioso.
The car looks spectacular. I am thrilled with the result. What a change it's had. If we compared it to how it was when I bought it and how it is now, it looks like a different car. I must say, there is still one more thing to do on the exterior: repair the rust on the rear end. I have already requested a quote and I am waiting for an appointment, so I hope that after the summer the Mini goes into surgery and comes out without a speck of rust on the body. I will keep you updated. And that was all for today. This is the last video of the season, which ends previous to my summer holidays, that I deserve after all the work I have put on this car. I don't know when the next video will come, maybe in the next 4 or 5 weeks, and I can promise you that it will be a very cool video. As always, if you like the video, give a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss the next videos that will come after the holidays, subscribe to the channel. I swear you won't regret it. And if you have any question, suggestion or whatever, just write it in the comments. I see you in the next video. Bye bye!